In reconciliation news, the University of Waterloo will be waiving tuition for students from 2 Ontario First Nations from which the university's lands come from. One common misconception is that First Nations people in Canada have access to free university tuition. That is not the case. There is a limited pool of money offered by the federal government, and not everybody qualifies for it. This act of reconciliation will allow First Nation students from these lands to go to university at no cost. This will be a very, very important way to start breaking down barriers and to provide opportunities for First Nation students who seek them. And as noted in the article, this is only the first step towards reconciliation in education. There is obviously a long way to go, especially considering the history of education with Indigenous people in Canada. And I know that there's going to be people out there thinking, oh, well, why do they need another free thing? Or why do we have to give it to them? Well, why do they deserve it and other people don't? Great argument. University should probably be free for everybody. So thank you for agreeing with me. Before we get to the point in Canadian society where somebody can go to university without having to pay $50,000 in student debt, maybe we should consider the fact that there's a group of people who have been disproportionately affected by our history, especially in regards to education, and who are still to this day affected by things such as crime in a disproportionate rate, including being arrested. And so maybe, giving them the opportunity to go to university at no cost would allow for them to have other opportunities that we are otherwise stripping from them. You're so worried about the crime rate in Indigenous people? Why don't we help them? Why don't we do something for their communities to give them the opportunities to do otherwise, to do better and greater things? Because they are just as amazing as you are. They just haven't been given the opportunity to show that.